It's taken me quite a while to get my hands on a Spirit Chronometer from Longines, but this is a watch that I've long looked forward to seeing in person, getting macro video on, putting it on wrist, and just forming my own opinion. This watch is very highly regarded in the watch enthusiast community as a top entry in terms of value for what you're getting at the entry-level luxury price. And I think that's easy to see why this is a reasonably priced chronometer, a COSC certified movement from a well-respected brand, and it has very sharp features like applied Arabic markers, satisfying lume in low light, long hand members. Notice the length of this handset. This is a 42 millimeter diameter watch with a dominant dial, and those hand members go all the way to the extremity of the dial. And I like the fact that you're running seconds hand with the red tip carries a diamond marker of lume, and how that perfectly correlates with the diamond markers on the outside of the Arabic applied markers below. I think that's some good balance and symmetry. This has a lovely amount of color play with that sunray application, with the sapphire crystal with multiple layers of anti-reflective treatment on the top of the crystal, as well as the underside of the crystal. And I like the other small details, like the applied logo below the Longines designation and the applied stars, the 5 stars above the chronometer designation. I think this is a legible, versatile, handsome watch that sits thin on wrist. I think there is a lot to enjoy here. It's easy to see why this is held in high respect by watch enthusiasts. Now, this specific iteration that I have in front of the camera is the Spirit Prestige Edition. So this one will have the exclusive big box presentation kit with the quick release end links in the bracelet, additional leather straps included, and will carry a $500 premium over the standard Spirit Chronometer, which retails at $2,250. Now, the Spirit Chronometer will come in 3 different sizes: 37 millimeters, 40 millimeters, and 42 millimeters, which is the size that I have in front of the camera today. Now, I also like the fact that Longines is playing with this model, with the Spirit line. We now have a chronograph option, we have a no date option, we have a new Zulu time or GMT offering that is just starting to hit the authorized distributorship, and I think that one looks exceptional, and I'm very much looking forward to getting my hands on one of those. So continuing, we have an in-house movement within the case that falls in-house because Longines is owned by the Swatch Group, which also owns ETA, which is the Swatch Group's movement house. This is the L888.4 caliber that will beat at 25,200 beats every hour. It does have a silicone hairspring, and it will have 72 hours of power reserve. Again, this is a certified chronometer that you will not be able to see through a closed engraved steel case back, and that might be a bit of a missed opportunity because whenever you're buying, let's say your first luxury watch or entry-level luxury watch, you would like to see as a consumer where the majority of your money is going, and that is going toward the movement. It's fun to look at the oscillating balance and see the bridges, see the hairspring and the gear train, and you're just not going to be able to do that with this. But that being said, I still think this represents very solid, very strong value from a watch enthusiast perspective. Now let's talk about a couple things that I don't particularly love. I think this has a rather long look on the bracelet when it comes to these protruding center links, and that makes it wear a little dominantly on wrist. So if you're measuring the lug-to-lug distance just with the lugs, it's 51.3 millimeters. But if this is on bracelet and you're measuring from the extremity of the protruding center links, that dimension goes up to 56.3 millimeters, which can be too tall for a lot of watch enthusiasts. Now, the other thing I'd like to mention is this bracelet. It has a split pin system for connecting the links together. I think the finishing is nice. The 3 millimeter taper is nice. The overall design is pleasing, but it does have an ever so slightly rattly feel to it. It's not Seiko-like, but it's just a little bit disappointing for a watch that retails over $2,000. There is also no quick adjust clasp in the bracelet, but we do have multiple micro adjustment anchoring positions that you will need a tool in order to operate. The last thing is, I don't know, maybe a little bit nitpicky, and I hope I'm not coming across as too critical on this lovely, beautiful Spirit Prestige edition, but I think this could be a little bit better if we had polished hands as opposed to blasted hands. And that's probably just to enhance legibility and functionality. But if this was polished to match those applied Arabic markers, I think that would just be next level. But let me step back here. I hope I'm not being too critical. This is a very strong offering from Longines. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the Zulu GMT in person. I think this line is a top entry in terms of what you get for what you pay at that entry-level luxury segment. So guys, please reach out with any questions you might have about Longines or the Spirit Prestige edition. If you're looking to purchase a Spirit or a Zulu Time or a number of different Longines models, I'll place my authorized dealer recommendation in the description of the video. Big thank you to Exquisite Timepieces in Naples, Florida, a Longines authorized dealer with a good selection that lent this one in for presentation. So again, guys, reach out with questions. Thank you for watching today. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.